Hello everybody, and Jess here, and welcome back to Sentai Daishikkaku, episode 3, in which D will probably, truly, and fully start executing his plan. I think. Maybe. We'll see. In the previous episode, a lot has happened. First of all, D got into the Ranger program, or whatever it's called, and he got into that program, of course, with the intent of infiltrating it from the inside, getting access to the Dragon Keepers, they're called, I think, to the Rangers, the colorful people, and being able to assassinate them silently, quietly from the inside. He quickly got a chance to do that to the red one, to the Red Keeper. Unfortunately, he kinda overestimated himself because he got there with just a steak knife, and he probably wouldn't be able to do anything to the Red Keeper or any of the prospective Red Keepers that were at the stronghold or whatever that place was. He got there with the help from Yumeko Suzukiri, who covered for him a couple of times when he slipped about the keepers exploiting the dusters. When he started cracking, she covered for him, and as it turns out, that was because she knew who he is, and she wanted to enlist his help. So there's something more to her as well, seemingly. What is that? We don't know. All we know is that she bears a grudge towards the Keepers, but she's no friend of the Dusters either, so we'll see, I guess. We've met a couple of new characters. Shun Tokita, the dude in clown makeup, who is aiming to be the next Red Keeper, and we got a little bit of an insight into how the Keepers and Rangers and stuff like that is structured. There are the prospective keepers, the like newbies who have white costumes, I think, like Hibiki Sakurama, and then they get assigned to one of the keepers, and then they rise through the ranks. We know that every keeper is dealing with something else. The yellow is dealing with research. Red is dealing with monster slaying. They are nicely divided and categorized, you could say. We also learned about the nature of the Keeper's strength, or at least a little bit about it. We know that they claim that they invented, or, the world invented, the scientists of the world invented a new way to defeat the monsters, but that weapon summons an ephemeral dragon and is made of flesh, bone, and sinew. And somehow I don't think human or current human technology would devise such a thing, right? So probably an ancient relic of some sort, maybe a gift from some third party, maybe something taken from a third party, I don't know. Probably not a human invention, though. That weapon was also used on F, right? F. Yeah, it was used on F, who wanted to follow these footsteps and also rebel. Alas, he did not have the cunning of D and did not have the luck of D, and so he got slain by Red, slain permanently. Not in a way that Dusters are usually slain, where they just, reconstitute back on the mothership, but slain permanently. And Dusters are generally a little bit on the Keeper's shit list nowadays because of D, who stood against the Keepers and then just disappeared, and now because of F's actions. So Dusters might be in a little bit of trouble in their headquarters. Anything else that bears mention? Not really. I think that's it. I think I said everything that happened in the previous episode. If I forgot something, I guess I will remember it watching this episode. In this episode, what do I expect? I expect Yumeko to probably start coaching D a little bit, right? Because she wants to enlist his help, but he's not strong enough to actually be able to help. So I can see her giving him a training regime, teaching him about the inner workings of the Rangers, right? She is already on the inside. She already has a colored outfit. She already is with the Yellow Keeper. So probably something like that. I think now starts the like story proper. What we had was mostly an introduction establishing the characters, the world, etc. Now we're gonna see the good and proper story begin. I think. Maybe I'm mistaken, maybe I'm not. We will see that when watching this episode, I guess. And to do that, you will need your subs, of course, to follow along with me. I'm gonna need my sound to hear what is going on in the show. And I'm gonna have to ask you for support. Support the channel if you want monetarily on Patreon, YouTube down below, or not share my content. Spread the word, costs you nothing, helps a lot. And with that, we can start watching episode 3 of Sentai Daishikkaku in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, a crater. Is this where F died, or... Yeah, seems to be the case. So there's more divine artifacts. I mean, we know that the like lightsabers they have are also, or they claim them to be divine artifacts. The blood splatter on his helmet. Yeah, sure, coexistence. Let's go with that. Oh? Why would you say that? Why would you assume that? Yeah. Okay, so he knows as well? Okay. He knows then. Sure. I knew that there was something off about him, but I was only just basing that suspicion on his eyes being all sorts of weird. And this is a different opening, isn't it? Or is it? I'm gonna be honest, I might be tripping. No, it's the... Yeah, it's the usual opening. Right. Yeah. Right. Sorry, I got confused there for a moment. I thought it might be the ending because it was, I think, the ending to the first episode, but now in the second episode we got another ending, the one with a lot of dancing and stuff. Yeah, this is the opening. Sure. Okay, yeah, I'm back on track again. Sorry, I know, distracted today or something. Yeah, I remember now. Our evil will bloom someday. That's a nice panning camera shot. Oh, okay. Yeah, what is justice though? You don't really know the truth, do you? Yeah. Okay. Huh? 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 What? Okay. So is he like against the Rangers as well, but not for the same reasons as Yumiko? Like she wants to destroy Rangers and he also wants to destroy Rangers, but only to bring like unity between humans and monsters? Right? Something like that? Maybe? I know. Yeah, you're not strong enough to properly claim you're a monster. I mean, he is a monster, but not like a, big scary monster. Yeah, you will have to play her fiddle to her fiddle. I mean, yeah, sure. That stands to reason. What though? Merely steal them? Destroy them? Right, yeah. Yeah, they have a bus factor of 5, essentially. As long as they have the weapons, of course. Mm? Right, because they can't be killing the Grants after all. Sure, but I assume the artifacts are heavily guarded. A good question, actually. Hmm. Okay, so everybody has their like unique talents. Interesting that they're not like a uniform mass, right? Everybody has their own talents, their own strengths, their own weaknesses. That's not a particularly great plan, is it? Just go in and steal it. Easy. I guess the Rangers are at the Colosseum, but. Or, well, the Keepers. But the. their strongholds would probably be filled with rangers protecting this place. Yeah, there's plenty of people inside. Whomst. A weird pet creature. Oh, hello, clown person. Right, can you mimic his you can mimic the appearance. You mimic his like way of talking and stuff, his mannerism and everything else. Huh? What did he notice? Useful ability, being able to transform your finger into a key. That was easy enough, almost too easy. Certainly too easy. Or is it a replica? Could be. And I was expecting alarms. I was expecting the purple creature to suddenly appear. Whomst? Oh, clown dude. What do you mean, smell? Yeah. Yeah, just disappear and reconstitute yourself outside of the stronghold. You don't really have any other choice, do you? Sure. Yeah. I can see this philosophy. How much ammo do you have? Yeah, dude says I did a good deed with a glowing red face like that, right? Must be a good deed indeed. Hmm? I mean, he's gonna survive. That's a good plan, actually. Do you have a lighter, though? Fair. I I mean, golf club can also be a weapon, sure. Is he actually going to die? He's way too designed of a character to die in episode 3, I think. Whomst? Red? Red! The real one this time around. Did he get notified by Shun? And why is my camera frozen? How long has it been frozen? Now it's good, okay. Those are not bad moves, but do you have any experience fencing? Huh. Use... Okay, interesting. Using his regeneration to pull distant objects. Thinking outside of the box. Yeah, it was to be expected. Was that... Oh, I thought it was the sword flying. Yeah, you should have fallen, honestly, instead of staying here and fighting. I mean, it's in the title. At least one of the titles, right? Go Go Loser Ranger, I think is one of the English titles. Right. All of that is just for the public. There's at least one kid who does not want to see him lose, though. Ganbare D. Probably not going to happen, yeah. And this is a fake out. I hope you don't actually fall for it. He is acting. Yeah. That was precisely to be expected. The whole gang is here. Why would he be risking fighting one on one, right? Even if the risk is minuscule, why would he? Okay, so that's another one. Some sort of a lance. Also has this weird organic design. Oh, I thought he was gonna say that it lost its charge or something like that. Hmm. Let the monsters win for a little bit of drama. We're going to let you join us. Okay. So I guess. Yeah, that was quick. I thought we were going to whatchamacallit, completely skip him rising through the ranks, and he's just going to get into their forts just like that. And though he's going to be acting, and everybody's going to be acting that he's a part of the force, he's going to use the fact that he's acting and he knows. I don't know, something. They would do something with it. Hmm. What's up, Blue? You're thinking of something. Right. Shikkaku again appears. Oh. Oh? That was this arm that he. Okay. Where did D go? If he's not dead. Huh. Well, shit. I guess our protagonist died episode 3. Probably not, let's be honest here. Could it be perhaps that Blue also isn't happy with this whole charade and also wants to end it? And so he did not actually kill D? Because D is the only one who actually gave them a little bit of a pause recently, and Blue wants to fight for real and not win because they're supposed to win, but rather win because he wants to win? Maybe. Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised if Blue wanted a good and proper fight instead of just a stage play. Blue wants an actual fight, and D can give it. Oh? Huh. Something else going on. Actual monsters. Actual monsters. Or whatever this thing is. Yakiniku. All right, sure. Let me finish writing it down. Blue wants an actual fight, and D can give it eventually. So Blue won't kill him for now. There we go. Now we can watch this episode again. Alrighty. Unlike any of the usual divine artifacts, I would assume he either means that he usually sees divine artifacts being the lightsabers and not the big weapons, or he means that the divine artifacts were never actually used at their full strength, right? Red might have used the divine artifact as an actual sword, but did not use it to summon a motherfucking Hydra. Maybe. I know. We'll see. Right. And the jig is up in front of Hibiki. At least. He's been listening in, and the world is imperfect. It's normal to be dissatisfied with it. You pass. To create a society where humans and monsters can coexist. Everybody seems to have some sort of an agenda of their own here, it seems, right? D, of course, wants to destroy the Keepers. What's beyond that, he doesn't much care. Whether world conquest follows or coexistence with humans follows, doesn't matter yet. He's gonna get there when he gets there. Right now, he only wants to destroy the Keepers. That's his agenda right now. Suzukiri's agenda is a mystery. She wants to destroy the Keepers. She claims it's because she always supported the underdog, and the Keepers are not the underdogs, so that's that, but I don't think it's quite that easy. And Sakurama, or Hibiki, or whatever you want to call him, apparently has a completely different motive that also compels him to join the Rangers for some reason. To change the Ranger force from the inside, to eventually inherit the power of one of the Keepers and decree that from now on they will try to coexist. I don't know what his goal is. It's not in line with the goal of the Keepers. Unless he truly believes that the goal of the Keepers is peace, and he hopes that peace can be achieved by coexistence and not by one side wiping out the other. He could be another force here, another agenda here, or he could just be very naive, and I'm not sure which one is it. We'll see. Time will tell. He at least seems very serious about what he says here, so I know. Do I have it noted down already that he's not a human? I have it noted down that Suzukiri is a monster. I guess his eyes are more normal now, because his eyes used to be like this crazy wavy squiggly thing. I know. I'm not gonna say anything about that possibility yet. Yeah, you're not quite strong enough to be able to make any sort of, snidey comments like that. You need her help. And yeah, their strength lies in the divine artifacts that apparently give them the power to henshin. They're not just mere weapons. And of course, if we remove their source of the, or if we remove the source of their power, we just remove their power, right? We remove them. If they cannot henshin, if they don't have their divine artifacts, they can't kill the Dusters properly, permanently. They still have the lightsabers that can destroy them temporarily, but the dusters can just reconstitute. So it's not really much of a problem. The problem is the divine artifacts. So if we take them away and preferably destroy them, but I'd say I'm reaching a little bit too far there. Yeah, that's gonna be easy. Yeah, during Sunday Showdown, of course, they leave the weapons behind. And just like that, sneaking in very easily, I was half expecting this character to be mostly a comic relief. I'm gonna be honest. It's probably because of the clown makeup. I was expecting him to maybe be a little bit intimidating at first, but then he's like, "Oh, haha! I guess it must have been the wind," and we can laugh at his expense, right? I expected him to be this kind of a character, but no, he actually noticed that D is not red by smell of all things, which is actually interesting. And I would say it shows a very important limitation of D's skill. He can mimic the visuals. He can mimic the look of someone. That's it. And the voice, I guess. He cannot mimic their mannerisms unless he is, he knows their mannerisms. He cannot mimic their smell, right? If a given person always uses the same perfume, he cannot mimic that smell. If someone has bad breath, he cannot mimic that smell, right? So this might be a venue where he actually gets discovered. Interesting. You very rarely see factors like that being a factor in stories where someone is a mimic, right? It's always, you don't know that one thing that the real one would know. Or, the real one would say Boku here and you did not, so you're the fake. Or, right? Something like that. Or the real one hates garlic, right? So it's interesting that we see smell actually used here, and I wonder if we will continue going in that direction, meaning not necessarily smell, but other minor things like that, right? Maybe, oh, the real one, I don't know, has a little bit of his one leg is longer, so he staggers a little as he walks, or, right? Something like that, maybe. We'll see. Will be interesting. Isn't this too careless? It under normal circumstances, sure, it would be too careless, but the status quo right now is that the keepers don't really have to be afraid of anything, do they? They can just do their thing out in the open, and they don't really have to worry about anything, because the dusters, well, they certainly are not going to invade, they certainly are not going to sneak in, and even if they do, well, there are people on the inside guarding the place. And one single ranger like Shun is enough to dispatch like 10 dusters, if not more. So what's the problem? Yeah, they got careless, but not undeservedly, right? They can allow themselves to be careless. Nobody really can challenge them on that. And yeah, this really shows just how weak Dusters are, just how weak D is. He can't put up a fight whatsoever. The moment he rises, he gets shot and dies again. And dies and dies and dies and dies again. Yeah, I've done a good deed with this face accompanying it. Sure. Amazing visual. Also, I love the voice, I love the delivery. And yeah, I mean, it stands to reason that other people would also be able to use it, unless the keepers have like super special blood factor or whatever that makes them the only ones compatible with the divine technology. Then yeah, why would not other people be able to use it? And now we see another example of this ingenuity. I like it. I always like the approach where the main character is actually legitimately properly weak and is just ingenious. Just uses their, intellect, their ideas, their unique abilities, whatever they might be, in order to win against much stronger opponents. I very much like the trope of, thrown into another world with the weakest ability, yada yada yada. But when it's done properly, it very rarely is, alas. But when it's done properly, good shit, right? Give me a main character who can only use healing magic and uses that healing magic the wrong way. Hint, hint. The wrong way to use healing magic is actually a great manga and a good show. So go and read it, go and watch it. Right in that manga, because I read the manga, I haven't seen the anime. The main character gets healing magic. Well, what do you do with healing magic? Of course, you speed up the healing of your muscles so you can train a lot and then build up your muscles a lot. And when you get tired by training, you can heal away your tiredness and you can just, you can punch someone, break all the bones in your hand, and then heal them back up so you don't have to stop yourself, right? I like this shit. And then on the other end of the spectrum, you have Isekai Walking, I think it's called. Yeah, Isekai Walking. It's a manga where the general idea is that the main character gets isekai to another world and his skill is walking. Well, you can do, imaginative things with that. You can have him level up the walking, maybe. But by walking, he gets XP, right? That's his ability. And maybe you can give him some additional abilities about walking. As long as you walk, you get damage reduction. Walking next to someone very fast sets them on fire. Stuff like that, right? It would be cool. It would be imaginative. He also has the ability to not get tired as long as he walks. So you could make it so that it's not a battle manga. It's a manga where he goes from one city to another city carrying cargo and carrying messages and shit. It would be a great idea. What they did instead is he walks for like 2 chapters and then unlocks a fireball and unlocks ancient sword mastery ability thing. And it just stops being about walking. That was a digression. That was a big digression. Let's continue. Yeah, I like it when the character is actually weak and just has to make up with, ingenious utilization of what he has. D being able to shapeshift and using underhanded tactics and using the fact that he can just reconstitute himself as long as he's not killed by the divine weapon to just become a suicide bomber. It's an effective strategy. You can't say it's not. Yeah, it's the fear of death. And in the end, he did not blow himself up, just used a golf club. I wonder if Shun is dead. I wonder. Golf club to the head kills people. So if he's not dead, then oh boy, I guess you don't need the divine artifact to gain so much resilience. And yeah, it was never going to be this easy, unfortunately. Another use of his ingenuity, right? Use his arm, use the fact that it's still attached by some black mist and control it. Grab the thing and drag it. Essentially, go gadget arm that he can use when his arm is cut off. I can fully see a situation where he has to reach something that's far away. He cuts off his own hand, throws it at the thing, grabs it, and then regenerates, and the thing comes to him. Actually, the uses his regen in battle. Cuts off his limbs and uses them as tools, weapons, etc. Another thing that comes to mind is Saheton Paladin Blood, who's a Skeleman and who uses the fact that he's a Skeleman to catch the enemy's sword in his ribs and just keep it in his ribs, and the enemy has no sword anymore, right? Something like that he could use. It's gonna be fun watching that happen. Yeah, that's cool. This is really cool. Oh no, my divine, my arm and the divine artifact, they are both falling. Oh no. Oh, because of you, my arm fell. It's all the way down there. That's where my arm is. That's where it is. I can't get it back. It fell. It fell. It's not here. Very nice on the spot thinking on his part, unless it was, of course, Yumeko Suzukiri, whatever, who gave him the idea. We will never know. And of course, we can't have the big battle without an audience, can we? And of course, a little bit of acting blew out of nowhere. Why didn't you surrender and allow yourself to be captured? Right. Sure. They would probably just kill him off screen, let's be honest here. Yeah, not gonna happen. And then the blue divine artifact. This one is like clearly organic. It's weird that it would just bloat the enemy until the keeper snaps their fingers and it just blows up. I'm actually not sure about blue here. This scene really is done in a way where he's standing there, right? The battle is done. He's thinking. He's serious. Meanwhile, his compatriots are like, oh, your hand was covering my face. We need to look good for the press. Next time, maybe like change your pose. They're arguing about completely manial shit. And he's like, well, I came here to save the world. Is this what we're doing? Really? This is what we're doing? Just a fucking child play? I don't want that. I want to be an actual proper hero, right? That's the vibe I'm getting here. This, like, the fact that we see him super serious, reflecting on the battle, reflecting on what just happened, and the other people are just arguing to their heart's content because none of it matters. Because none of it matters. Not to them, and he, Blue, would rather it matters. But it doesn't. This is, yeah, great thinking on this part. Just use an arm here. And the Suzukiri got the sword. Important that she got it and she stored it somewhere. Instead of destroying it, I fully expected those weapons to have to be destroyed. But no. No, she just needs them all for some reason. Suzukiri needs all 5 weapons for something. What could it be? It could be a super weapon. Sure, she might want power, so when she gets all 5 of those little weapons, she can craft a super weapon that has all of their powers. Something like that. It could be, and this is an interesting thought, dragon keepers, dragon artifacts, dragon. What if those weapons are actually parts of a dragon and she wants to resurrect that dragon? Huh? To resurrect the dragon whose parts the weapons are. That's not a proper sentence structure, is it? Or maybe it is. I know. Alternatively, what else might she want to do with it? I know. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Divine artifacts are parts of a dragon. Would explain the dragon imagery, right? Red summoning a hydra, would explain why they're called dragon keepers, would explain why the artifacts look so organic as well. And here we see some sort of a third party appearing. Blue light and a weird looking monster with laser eyes. Very weird looking monster with laser eyes. What the fuck is this thing? I guess the keepers will have to fight for real now? It's gonna be interesting seeing them fight for real. Huh. And what the fuck is this purple thing? It's probably some sort of a mascot character. Probably has all the, you know, traits of a mascot character, but what is it? It's a purple dragon. Is it like a lesser form of the dragon whose corpse was turned into divine artifacts? Something like that? I don't know. Why was it that red stronghold? We'll see. We shall see. Alrighty then. That was a good episode. I very much enjoyed it. It almost seems like the show is going. Actually, it's interesting because it both feels like the show is going very slow and like it's going fast enough. And I can't really put my hand on it precisely why it feels in either direction. Or, I guess individual episodes are fast enough, but as a whole, the story seems to be progressing slowly, or the other way around. I don't know, honestly. I don't know. It's not like a negative or anything. It's not my criticism towards it, because the pacing is perfectly fine, right? I have absolutely no complaints. I'm just wondering, why does it feel so slow and so fast at the same time? On one hand, it feels like we are moving way fast with the plot, right? Already stealing the first weapon in episode 3. On the other hand, it feels like 12 episodes are not going to be enough. And I wonder why. I really wonder why I feel that way. Good episode in general. I was not expecting a cliffhanger with D potentially dying. I wonder how will they bring him back, because I have little doubt that they will. Unless he's gonna be replaced by another Duster, probably not. D said so himself, that he has the special ability among all the Dusters to mimic humans really well, so we can't really get another one that's as good as him. Could it be that the Dusters can be brought even back even from the true death? Maybe. Maybe the blue glowing monster can do that. I know. Could it otherwise be? And that is my running theory. That's my running theory right now, that Blue did not actually kill D. He used his divine weapon, said the phrase yada yada yada, but really it was just a normal attack, whatever a normal attack might be, that just disintegrated D. D took the cue and reappeared somewhere else. Because Blue sees that D is the only one who can actually give him the fight that he wants, who can actually give him something that isn't a farce. Not just yet. D is not strong enough. Not yet. But if Blue is patient, then D will grow into the role and Blue will get a good and honest, proper fight that he so craves. That's my running theory right now. We'll see where it goes, though. We'll see. Very unexpected ending. With D having died and with the third party appearing out of nowhere. It's not the Dusters, it's not the Rangers. Who the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? I know. I don't know. Could it be another invasion? Could it be that Dusters and Rangers have to join forces? Probably not. Probably not. Not yet, at least. We'll see. We'll see about it, I guess, in the next episode. But right now, that's gonna be it from me for today. Maybe you guys have something more to add, though. If so, say so in the comments down below. What did you think of this episode, of my reaction, my theories, stuff like that? Like this video if you liked it, subscribe to be notified of future videos, not only Sentai Daishikkaku, but also Spice and Wolf, Blue Archive, Kaito, Otome, Unnamed Memory, and plenty others coming in the future, Yuki Yuna. Click the bell to be notified when I go live, because I do sometimes. Support the channel if you want monetarily on the Patreon down below, where for $10 a month you get early access to non-seasonal shows like Yuki Yuna, and for just $1 you get a role on the Discord and a place in the credits. You can support me on YouTube as well via membership, super thanks, super chats, stuff like that. And if you don't want to spend any money whatsoever, you don't have to. Share my content, spread the word, it costs absolutely nothing and helps the channel a lot. And now, with all of that out of the way, that's gonna be it from me for today. So as always, you guys do all the good stuff, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Cheers! And here's my wonderful Patreons: QB, Without a Net, the Survivor, Watson, Zarena, Yuki, Alaishta, Mudakruot, Akamaza, Marsh, Fassel, and Hans Peter. And you can join them as well without having to sneak in